Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Yellow Temperance, where, Kakyoin was actually not Kakyoin, but he was a guy with a stand called Yellow Temperance, which made him be able to turn into Kakyoin. He ate a beetle, licked a cherry, severely, licked the shit out of that cherry. It was crazy, honestly. And, then he started attacking Jotaro. Yeah, I'll settle on one of those names eventually. But yeah, he started attacking Jotaro, and then he beat him. He did actually give up some information on some of the other stand users, and that actually one of them, the son of, I believe, Enyaba, I think it was Enyaba, the basically the witch or whatever that told Dio about his stand. Her son is actually the two right hands guy that killed Polnareff's sister. So yeah. And then at the end, they left Singapore to go to India, but the girl, Anne, was actually still there. And not only that, but she was having a dream, and she started saying JoJo. So clearly she's lusting after Joseph Joestar. No, that'd be very weird. It's still kind of weird. I don't know, maybe she's just having a nice, friendly dream about our boy Jotaro Kujo. Maybe. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments, and this is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you got to do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there. That will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it, hopefully have a good time with it, then you can pop right back over here for this episode for a discussion. I had to turn into an auctioneer for that for some reason. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. On the one hand, I'm thinking, this can't be it for Avdol, right? Right? He only lasts 10 episodes, but on the other hand, okay, was that a bullet to the head? Because that's what I'm trying to think, because he has a clear blood splotch right here, but you can't see an actual wound. That's the thing. You can't see an actual wound. It's just the blood. But I don't know. Alright, this is our first part 1, technically, of the show. Which is odd, because this is sort of a more, I guess, serialized show. Like in a show like this, I wouldn't expect to have specific part 1, part 2s. Then again, Stardust Crusaders itself has been a lot more episodic, and obviously we didn't beat the, stand user of the week, basically. So, yeah. The Emperor and the Hanged Man, part 1. Now, it's interesting that the two of them, it's just the Emperor and the Hanged Man. We've had Yellow Temperance, Magician's Red, Silver Chariot, Hierophant Green, Star Platinum, Hermit Purple. We've had all those, it's all been, the tarot card and a color. These two assholes are just the Emperor and the Hanged Man. Where's the color? So, yeah. But they are interesting. They are definitely interesting villains. I mean, they're very different, Which, I guess that sort of goes with, the fact that the Emperor doesn't seem to be a humanoid stand, but we've had that with Joseph. His stand does not manifest itself as a humanoid, and obviously we had the dumb boat, but whatever. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we had that. So, it's interesting, but this guy is just a gun. This guy just manifests a gun. What? Now, at least it's like, it's a gun. Oh, this is such a weird thing. This guy just manifests a gun. But at the very least, like, it is sort of like, weird, because he can, like, control... He basically can control the bullet, which is interesting. He can control the bullet, which, makes it a bit more viable than just, a gun. But at the same time, it's still a gun, It's also interesting that he says that that Avdol was actually going to be their biggest problem because, I guess like Avdol was saying, he was going to melt the bullet, and I guess because the Hanged Man is only in reflections, I guess he could just burn all the the puddles and stuff. So that's interesting that they said oh, well, we thought Avdol was going to be our biggest problem, but he's out. Oh, man, I hope he's not dead, but how can he not be, How can he not be? And man, when Kakyoin goes over and it's like, come on, he'll get up and start talking again. Come on, Mr. Avdol, get up, please. It's like, oh, Kakyoin. I mean, you have to remember, Kakyoin is still, a 17-year-old boy. He looks like he's 30, but he's still a boy, technically. So, this is probably the first time he's really had to deal with death. So, oh, man. We can go ahead and hop into the notes. Of course, this is a part 1, so the thing about part 1s is that normally I don't take that many notes because we don't have everything, and we'll probably have a longer discussion in part 2, but yeah. The first thing I wrote down was Calcutta. I do like when they go to all these different locations, which, yeah, it's like when they are swarmed by all those people. That is really funny. And I was just sitting there like, man, Joseph is going to hate this place, Which, okay, so they really just booked it to India, Like, after so many episodes of, barely getting to Singapore, and then they start taking a train. I thought we were going to have a train episode, And then somehow the train was going to explode. But no, they actually, they got on the train, they rode the train, and then they got on a boat or two, and then they were there in Calcutta, which is pretty crazy. Again, no mention of where Anne is. Did she just keep stowing away until they got off? I don't know. But no mention of her at all. So there's that. But yeah, that was really funny, just the culture shock, as they said. Another culture shock being the pig. What even? Because I thought when he gave him the stick and then he went in there, I was like, oh, like the tank, basically, the water tank for the toilet is super up high, so you have to use the stick in order to flush. But no, the stick is so that you can beat the pig that is literally eating your shit, and then you have to beat the pig down if you want to just take a dump, basically. But for some people, like the manager, he prefers the pig to stay there so he can take a dump right into its open mouth and then have it lick his butthole. Okay, JoJo, okay. You're just being weird to be weird. Jeez Louise. I wrote down mirror stand, so yeah. The Hanged Man can only be in reflections, which is interesting. Curious as to the reason for that, because again, there are some things that are, some stands that are different, but for the most part, we've had humanoid stands, although I guess even Yellow Temperance wasn't exactly humanoid, but it was this strange goo thing, so I guess other than our main guys, there are no real humanoid stands other than Star Platinum, Magician's Red, Hierophant Green, and Silver Chariot, Because even, Tower of Grey was a bug, So, yeah, I guess it's sort of up in the air as to what stands can be now, So, there is that. But I mean, the Hanged Man, he is humanoid. He's just in reflections for some reason. Don't know why, but he is. So there's that. Polnareff went off on his own. You know, it makes sense that, you know, he doesn't... It makes sense that he doesn't, you know, really care about Dio. He's more... you know, he really only joined the group against Dio because he knew that going against Dio would lead him to Centerfold. So, yeah. I kind of wanted to go back to that part where he's talking to Abdal.
No idea how it feels to have your sister murdered, so shut the hell up! I heard the last time you met Dio, you pissed yourself and ran away! A coward like you would never understand why I need to do this! What did you say? Don't touch me!
Yeah. So, you understand his reasoning, like, oh, well, you ran away from Dio, but... And yeah, he did run away from Dio. But I like what Abdal says, like, yeah, I ran away because I knew I couldn't take him. You know, I didn't want to just rush into a fight with Dio because he's Dio, you know? Like, it's Dio. Even Jonathan had a hard time every time he fought Dio. So, and now he has a stand, so I understand that. But yeah, Polnareff going off on his own. I mean, that is basically that's why Abdal is killed, because he has to go in and save him, you know? And man, I was thinking, it's like, oh no, there's a bullet coming for Polnareff. And I was like, well, wait, Star Platinum can catch bullets. So Star Platinum would probably be amazing against the Emperor. But no, it was Abdal, and then it looks like Abdal is dead, you know? And I like that they pull Lisa with Polnareff too, where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, well, that's what he gets. Like, he's trying to, like, you know, get away from, you know, what's happening. But then the person there over the dead body realizes that they're crying, you know. It's the same thing with Lisa and now with Polnareff. You know, he's just angry that he has lost someone, you know. But yeah, we have our two villains for this set of episodes, at least. The Emperor and the Hanged Man. Whole Horse. Which is a weird name, but whatever. Whole Horse and Centerfold. We haven't really seen much of Centerfold. Like, we haven't encountered him. Whole Horse, he's just a dude. He's just like a cowboy with a gun. His stand is gun. It's just weird, you know? Like, I don't know. But yeah. Abdal is dead. Slight question mark, because, you know, I was like, oh, you know, in 10 episodes he's already dead? But then I was like, hey, that's a bullet to the head, you know? Not many people can survive that. So, I don't know. I hope he's not, but at the same time, I don't know how he would be. So, yeah. But that's pretty much it, because this is a part 1. So, that's basically it. I'm curious to see how we're going to figure this out in the next part. I don't know if this is part 1 of 10 or whatever, I don't know. But we'll have to see what happens next time in the Emperor and the Hanged Man Part 2 Battle Tendency. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.